going on, y'all? Back at it. Now, listen, I'm only on here for about an hour or so. I'm not going to be here long because y'all know I already streamed on my other platform for those of y'all who watch. All right? So I'm not on here long. I do have the link pinned in the chat. Y'all see it? Well, it's up in the chat. It's not pinned. It's up in the chat. All right? So definitely, StreamYard link is in there. Definitely show up. All right, let me take a quick pause for the pause and give a shout out to Late to the Fallout. Salute, salute, salute. Also, salute to We Building Over Here to knowledge, and I don't know what that means, but yeah. Okay, it says, knowledge relationship and chat always stay woke and prayed up. Salute, salute, thank you, appreciate that. You know what I mean? So, thank you for everybody pulling up. Who has pulled up. I appreciate you all. You know what I mean? So let's just get started with it, man. Does family really matter? This is really a conversation this is a continuation. This is part two, you know what I mean, of a conversation I had over the summer about family really mattering. You know what I mean? And does family really matter to you? Is it something that has benefits to you? Is it something that you put in high regard? You know what I mean? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's totally up to you and how you view family. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes some people will say family is the worst ones. One of my siblings feel that way. They feel like family is the worst people ever. I mean, family is the worst ones ever. Now, I mean, that's what they say. That's what they stand by. Now, there's some truth in that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes the closest one to you can hurt you the most. So there's some truth to that. You know what I mean? But also in that, we also have to be understanding that, you know what I mean? Sometimes family, they may not have the best perception of you. I mean, their perception is slighted based on what they know of you, or maybe because they grew up with you and they still think you're the same person, right? They haven't seen your transition and your progression. So they still think that you're still that 5-year-old, you know what I mean? They used to run around in the yard, and that's not who you are anymore. So sometimes they have that perception of you based on the past or based on whatever they feel about who they think that you are. So my thing is this, right? That doesn't take away their value, because I believe they still have value. Your family can show you what to do and what not to do, right? And it's up to you to learn a lesson from that. You know what I mean? So take that lesson and get the blessing. You know what I mean? And that's just the moral to the story with that one. But in that, right, let's say you do have a healthy family, right? Because a healthy family unit is something that we don't really talk about, a lot. If it's your own family as you are building, yes. And yes, that's definitely a point. Sometimes you have to build your own family unit, right? Because the one that you have, they're not really there, or they don't really believe in the same core values that you believe in. And that's fine. You can still love them, right? And still be there. But you also know that they don't share the same view of life as you. But I think, sometimes when we speak in social media, we always speak about, traumatic events or family not being there, things of that nature. But we never really speak about the healthy family, right? Sometimes someone like a sitcom, right? Where they always talking with each other, you know what I mean? They visit each other, they're in group chats with each other. They're just like the Addams family come to life, right? Or not the Addams family come to life. I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong one. The Brady Bunch come to life, right? Or the Addams family too, because the Addams family was united too, right? They were just on some dark shit, but they was united, right? So my thing is this, we never talk about the healthy family unit, the family unit that actually do the family reunions, right? They do the barbecues and the cookouts. Excuse me, family. And they, they actually spend time together, right? These allergies are kicking my butt, sorry. And they actually really want to be around each other. We don't really talk about that too much. We always want to talk about this person wasn't there, that person wasn't there. But we don't want to highlight a lot of times those who are positive, right? Those family members or those families that we see in our neighborhoods or abroad that actually encourage us to want to build family, right? Because we see them, we're like, oh man, like I see them, they always going to the picnics together, they always doing stuff together. They go to them, they do everything together. They even, grocery shopping, whatever, shoe shopping. There's nothing that they don't do together, right? And we see that, and sometimes they roll in 2 deep, 3 deep, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sometimes they all pile up in one car and they drive off, and you're like, man, it's a lot of them in that car. You know what I mean? It's only but so many seats, but they pile that car up because it's really about family, right? We see that. And this is not about money, right? Because sometimes we think that good family equates to a lot of money. And that's not always the case, because some people, don't have a lot of money. Some of them are well. Some of them are just scraping by. Some of them may be middle class. Some are doing really well. You know what I mean, financially, right? Good family comes in different shades and different financial brackets. You know what I mean? Just because somebody is rich does not mean, or wealthy, does not mean that their family is great. They can have more drama than a family that's poor and eating out the garbage. You know what I mean? They could be going through things, and you see it. I mean, sometimes it's reenacted in sitcoms and dramas on TV or whatever. But we see it in the news where somebody have all this stuff and they have all these accolades and it seems like everything's cool, and then man, somebody wind up deleting the other family member, or they wind up sleeping with the family member's husband or wife, or they wind up robbing them, or they wind up, doing different things. You're like, wait, hold on. This is the model family who made all this money and they got all these resources, but yet they're going down a dark path. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we have to understand. Money does not equate to a good family. Now, money can help your family, of course. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking finances at all. It can be used as a resource to help your family to grow, right? To help your family to prosper. So we know that. But money is not the end all and be all to a healthy family. I just want to stress that point. You know what I mean? Now, not having money, right, that also could lead to the demise of your family, or could hold your family back, right? So it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes, sometimes, having a good family background, requires you to have the financial capability to do certain things. You know what I mean? And if you don't have that financial capability, it's going to hurt your family and maybe, lead to you losing your family or losing people in your family, right? Maybe somebody needs a health procedure. Maybe there's certain things that's going on that money can provide and help, but it's not there. So guess what? Now you're suffering, right? So We Building over here says the James Evans family of Good Times was a healthy family because of their mother and father and the structure and foundation that was healthy. Exactly, right? The structure and foundation that was healthy made them, a quality family. You know what I mean? That's what allowed the family to grow. That's what allowed them to be better. That's what allowed them to actually, we seen that they had a dynamic, right? The parents, worked together, right? And they made the children better around them. You know what I'm saying? Or they did their best to make the children around them better. And even the children in the community, because I remember there was times where, whether it was Penny, or whether it was different little kids in the community, that they would just actually help these kids out, right? Free of charge. They wouldn't be getting paid for nothing, but they would actually reach out and help these kids out who were in the communities and in their environment, right? And that's key. You know what I'm saying? That's a really key part. You know what I mean? Because, people who really have healthy families, a lot of times they want to build family in their environment and in their community. You know what I mean? They kind of want to spread that out. You know what I mean? Because listen, if you have more family, or you have more of a family dynamic in your community, it makes your community, one, safer, right? And also it makes your community a lot more valuable. You know what I mean? So if we live in a community and we all are on one accord and we all support each other, guess what? That community grows. And as that community grows, more people, are going to be there to support, us and support what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to give this another 10 minutes to see if anybody pulls up. Nobody pull up, I'm going to definitely shut this down because I am tired. All right. So this ain't going to be a long one. All right. This ain't going to be long-winded if nobody pulls up. I'm just going to be honest. You know what I mean? But if people pull up, I extend the time. Like I said, I'm going to be off of this before 10. But y'all literally got 10 minutes, literally. You know what I'm saying? But as I continue my point, you know what I'm saying? Each family structure is different. You know what I mean? And like I said, finances can impact it and finances cannot. Now, another thing that can impact our family is our religious core values. That's a big one. Religion is a biggie, okay? Religion is just as important as anything else. You know what I mean? Who you serving, what you serving, you know what I'm saying? What you believe in, that ties in the big time. You know what I mean? Based upon, what's going to happen with your family dynamic. So if you believe in something different, right, and your family member believes in one thing, you believe in something different, that can cause a whole bunch of problems. Trust me, I've seen it. I've seen it where, one family member they are what they believe in, whatever they believe in, and then the other family member don't, and it just leads to a whole bunch of drama. People are fighting. People are calling each other the devil, and it just gets weird. It gets really weird, and it gets really destructive over religion, right? Over because they want to serve a certain God and you don't, or they want to serve a certain deity and you don't. Know what I mean? So religion can make things very weird, right? That can also impact your family dynamic. And the thing is that what you want to do is that you want to make sure that even though this person is not, the same religion as you, or they don't believe in the same core values as you do, you want to make sure this person actually is, you want to make sure that they actually are still feeling loved, right? You don't want that religion thing to kind of get in the midst of y'all being connected and being together. The religion should be a part of bringing y'all together, right? Because what is the religion for, right? The religion should be to bring y'all together. It shouldn't be to cause separation. The only time it causes separation is if that person is not living up to the standard that you both have agreed upon, right? It has to be an agreement there. It can't be, well, we believe in this house and everybody follows that. Well, no, maybe I don't believe in what you believe in, right? Because you can say I believe in God, or I believe in, I'm a Muslim, I believe in Allah, I believe in whatever. But if somebody in your family does not believe in that, now do you ostracize that person? Do you treat them as an outcast, or do you give them that love and show them like, yo, listen, you may not believe in what I believe in, but you still family. I still love you. I still believe in you. I'm still here for you, right? Or do you downplay that person? You treat them less because they don't believe in God, or they don't believe in Allah, or they don't believe in Buddha, or whatever else, right? We see that in families. People are judged because they don't believe in something. Now, they're basically treated less because they don't believe, in the same things that the other person believes in. And that's huge. So we see that a lot. So I think when it comes to religion, we have to make sure that we are, instilling in those that we love that, look, even if you don't believe in what I believe in, I still love you, and you're still a part of our family unit. Another big thing is also, our social views, our political views, right? People can just completely fall out over social and political views. You know what I mean? So you have somebody in your family, and socially, they believe, or politically, they believe that every gender should be able to get married, right? Every gender, every walk of life should be able to get married. Doesn't matter if they're LGBTQ plus A, doesn't matter if they're straight, if they're poly, non-binary, whatever they class themselves as. This person believes that these people should be married. But you got another family member who is completely opposite, right? That family member, whether they are Christian or they Muslim, or what they believe in, they don't believe everybody should be able to get married, right? Or everybody should be able to get together. They believe that only should be a man and woman, and that's it. And if it's not a man and woman, you should not be getting married. This is what this person believes. So now you got two family members at odds because, hey, I believe anybody should get married. The other family member's like, nah, this is only designed for men and women. And that's it. This is where we draw the line, right? So now you got whole families feuding over these things, right? These things that can be easily worked out. We can easily talk about, listen, okay, you don't believe in what I believe in, that's fine, right? You believe that all genders should be able to get married, that's fine. I'm completely cool with that. I'm not even upset at what you believe in. You know what I mean? But what happens is that it's not that simple, it's not a cut and dry. We will find a way to fight about these things, you know what I mean, and not try to build family, right? Instead of focusing on building that family unit, you know what I mean? And then, okay, so now we done laid all that out. We done laid out, the family members who can have different, different traumas or different dramas or, the disruptive things that happen in families, right? Now let's point out the healthy families, right? Now this is a family who communicates well, right? They spend time together. You know what I mean? They acknowledge each other's views. You know what I'm saying? They are interested in what other family members are doing, even if there's not something that they like, right? So your family member may be into sports. You hate sports. You don't like nothing to do with sports, but you are invested. They're on a basketball team. Guess what? We come to every basketball game. I hate basketball, but I'm going to be watching, not me personally, but I hate basketball, right? I'm giving an example. I hate basketball, so I don't even want to show up to these games. But guess what? My brother plays basketball. I'm going to be at the game. I'm be the biggest cheerleader there because my brother's on the team. You know what I mean? And that's what a healthy family looks like. know what I mean? They compromise with each other. They consider what each other feels, right? They love each other. Also, they hold each other accountable, right? They have a family standard, and they don't deviate from that, right? So we have a family standard. We have a way of doing things, right? This is how we do things in families is a standard. Now, that standard could be challenged by other members, right? They could say, well, hey, that's how I used to do it. I want to do things this way. I believe this is correct or this is not correct. You know what I mean? So that's where, you may have some type of, dialogue. You may even have some back and forth, but they always find a way to love each other because it's all about keeping the family intact. Okay, look, y'all don't believe in this, that's fine. You can believe that, you can believe this. Okay, cool, that's all good. Hey, we still family, right? You know what I mean? We still on the same page, right? I still love you, right? Yeah, okay, you just believe in something different. That is a healthy family, right? A healthy family is one that can iron out their differences based on the love that they have for each other, right? That's what makes it a healthy family. You know what I mean? That's what makes it a family that has a good dynamic instead of a family that doesn't have a good dynamic and they're bickering and they're arguing and they're going at each other. And this sister is jealous of that sister, and this brother thinks that the other brother has more money, and they, you know what I mean? And they just bickering and fighting. Oh, you was mom's favorite, or you was dad's favorite, and they just bickering and fighting over things that do not matter. You know what I mean? Because this is what people don't realize. Man, when that person's not here, when they're gone, you know what I mean? When they're deleted for some reason and they're not here anymore, you're gonna feel it. You are going to feel it. You know what I mean? Especially if you love them, you are going to feel that loss. You're gonna feel that grief. You may need therapy from that. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people that do. So, and that's where the realness comes in about it, because above it all, we have to understand, like, okay, what is worth really, what battles are worth it and what battles are not. You know what I mean? And if there's any battle that's gonna take away from us being family, you know what I mean, then you know what? Hey, this may be something that we could just sweep under the rug, or maybe communicate and work out, or maybe just move forward. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to take away from our family. So these are all things that a healthy family does, right? They communicate, they resolve issues. You know what I mean? They make sure that everybody is living up to the family standard, right? You know what I mean? They hold each other accountable, right? Also, another big part of being family is gift giving. Oh, look, I know I may be ruffling some feathers right now. I'm talking about gift giving, right? Because some of y'all don't want to give no gifts. The holiday season is coming, and some of y'all don't want to give nobody nothing. Hell, I've been there, trust me. All right? But acts of service and gift giving is also, you know what I mean? It's also a reflection of a good family. You know what I mean? You know your brother wants that PS5. You have the money for it. You go, you know what I mean, the GameStop or wherever you're gonna go, you go online, and boom, you know what I mean, you get them the PS5 because you know that they wanted it, right? So, you know what I mean. With that being said, you know what I mean, that's another way of building family, right? Is that you give that person something that you know they've been wanting, right? Or vice versa. They know that you've been wanting this nice. You know what I mean? Gold watch or whatever. This nice gold watch from Guess or whatever. You want the Guess gold watch, or the new Jordans is coming out. You want the new Jordans, and man, your uncle buys it for you, right? He goes out, he spends his hard working money, he buys you new Jordans. Now you got some new kicks on your feet. You know what I mean? But this is what family do. You know what I mean? Or also in acts of service and loving each other. They do acts of service and love each other. You know what I'm saying? When they know that thing that they're giving that person is going to help their quality of life. You know what I mean? Your siblings don't have internet. They can't afford internet. Hey, look, I'm going to make sure you have internet. I'm going to pay for the internet bill. I'm going to pay for the installation. You ain't even got to worry about it. Right? Because now you're helping the quality of life. Oh, okay, you need money because you need to go on a job interview. Yeah, here's some money to go on a job interview. Right? You're improving the quality of life. You need money for a car. You know what I mean? So you can drive your kids to school. Man, my brother needs a car to drive his kids to school. Let me get some money up to get that and help him. Boom, I done gave you money to help you, and now I'm helping your quality of life. So gift giving is not just self-serving and not just for meaningless things. Sometimes you give gifts as a family in order to improve the person's quality of life. Now, I mean, that's a big part of you giving a gift back to your family. So these are all the healthy things that a family member does, right? And those are the different types of family. These are the positive families, and these are the negative families, right? You know what I mean? And I explained both the differences. The positive family, like I said, are the ones that communicate, that build with each other, and also here's the last point that a positive family does, right? A positive family helps each other build, you know what I mean, generational wealth. I may ruffle some feathers there too, but I don't care. I'm gonna say it because I mean it. You cannot say you're a positive family, right? If at no point does one of y'all make it and you're not building generational wealth, right? Now listen, you may be from a family that's always been historically, you know, destitute, poor, in between. That's fine. I'm not knocking that. That can happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying? But let's say you do have a family member that actually makes it, right? Or they actually find an industry that they're really thriving in, and they're actually making a good amount of money that can help bring generational wealth to the family, right? That's a huge part of having a healthy family is generational wealth, right? Like I said, money. I said it earlier. Money doesn't dictate you having a healthy family, right? It doesn't mean you're gonna automatically have one just because you have money. But if you're using a resource right, then yes, it can help you. It can help your family and the quality of life improve. You know what I mean? Now, if you still got issues and traumas and things of that nature, you're gonna have to work that out. Trust me. You better use that money to work that out. You know what I'm saying? That money, it just ain't gonna pop up and now all the trauma done went away. No, it don't work like that. You still gotta communicate and work that out. You still gotta work out the you know what I mean, the past feelings of people being hurt, or you scarring people, or you doing different things, and vice versa. Somebody hurt you, they're gonna have to deal with that too, and basically, you know what I mean, you know, work through that. You know what I mean? So overall, you know what I mean, that's what money should be used as. You know what I mean? As a resource to help, you know, those in need. You know what I mean? But listen, and build generational wealth. But listen, with that being said, family, like I said, nobody pulled up, so I'm not gonna be long-winded. I got other stuff I need to get done. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody who pulled up and show love. You know what I mean? Much love to everybody who tuned in. I'm gonna close this bad boy out. I gave y'all 25 minutes of love. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to close out. So, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, I'm gonna put a little timer up. I'm gonna be respectful. I'm not just gonna close out. I'm gonna be respectful. Okay? I'm gonna be super respectful. Let me put my timer up. So I'm gonna give people a minute, right? I think a minute is justified. You know what I mean? So if nobody pulls up in a minute, I'm closing out and I'm going about my evening because I got stuff to do. All right? But yeah, those are the dynamics of a healthy family and a non-healthy family, right? You know what I mean? And you know, if nobody pulls up and y'all see what I shared in the stream, put in the comment section of which I believe a healthy family and a non-healthy family. What does that mean for you? Because it could mean something different for you than it means for me, right? Each family dynamic is different. That's one thing we got to keep in mind. Not everybody views family the same way. And we got to stop trying to force people to view family the same way because it's not going to happen, okay? Not everybody's going to view family the same way that you view it. Some people are going to view it in one way, and some people are not. You know what I mean? But look, with that being said, family, much love. All right? I am out. You know what I mean? And yeah, and stay tuned. I will see y'all again next time. Peace. Where's my outro? There we go.
knowledge in relationships.